All right, sixth grade. So we just finished our frequency table. We're about to move on to dot plots. All right. So as we move on to dot plots, the biggest thing to remember is it is a lot easier to do frequency tables and dot plots if your data is already organized. So looking at my frequency table here, I can use the frequency table to make my dot plot because the numbers are already in order from small to big, or I could use it with the rewritten data set in order from small to big as well. But for now, because it's cleaner, I'm going to go ahead and use my frequency table to make my dot plot. Okay, so for a dot plot, first thing you're going to want to do is make a row with all of the possible values from smallest to biggest while including numbers that were skipped. So what I mean by that is I want to follow a pattern, a sequence, and I don't want to skip any numbers. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. There is no 5, but in my dot plot I will include a 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have to include it even though there's no data on it. 9, 10, 11, I'm going to include it in my dot plot even though there's no data on it. So it goes from 0 to 12. So best practice. Down here I'm going to put 0 to 12, and then I'm just going to write the numbers in a straight line from 0 to 12. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay? And then I'm going to make a line right above them. Alright, so at this point, all I have done is I have put all of my numbers, even if there's no data. There's no data for 5, doesn't matter, I have to include it because I'm going in a pattern. There's no data for 7, I have to include it because for dot plots, I'm putting in sequence all of my numbers. Alright, from here, now I'm going to make dots or X's for the number of times that a 0 came up. So a 0 has a frequency of 3, so I can use dots or I can use X's, and I'm going to put 3 X's on top of 0. This means that a 0 came up 3 times. Just like here, a 0 came up 3 times, frequency 3 times. Alright, here we go. Next, 1 has a frequency of 4. So I'm going to draw 4 X's in a straight column up to represent 4 for frequency of 1. Alright, keep going. 2 has its frequency of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 has a frequency of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 has a frequency of 3. 1, 2, 3. 5 has nothing, so I leave it blank. I skip it. 6 has a frequency of 2, so that's 1, 2. I have nothing on 7. I skip it, leave it alone. I move on to 8. I have 1 frequency on 8, so I put 1 dot or X over 8. Nothing on 9, skip it. Nothing on 10, skip it. Nothing on 11, skip it. 1 frequency over 12. And I have my dot plot. So to recap, things to remember for dot plots. Number 1, you are putting all of the numbers from small to big. All of the numbers from small to big. Even if no data. Even if we have no data on these numbers, on a dot plot, we have to write all of the numbers in order. So from 0 to 12, because my range was from 0 to 12. So even though 5 had nothing, I included it, I just leave it empty. 7 had nothing, I include it, I leave it empty. Same for 9, 10, and 11. Alright, so that's how you make a dot plot. Moving on to the next thing, you can pause the video here, but next thing will be analyzing the data.